Welcome mates, I'm BloodThirstyLord, but you can call me Lordy, and it's 1 AM and I have a deadline for university, so I'm trying to do this midway. This is just crazy stuff, and we have so much information that just got released on Predator Hunter Grounds for the 1-year anniversary. We'll explain what the update consists of, and also what the good benefits are in this update, and there's quite a bit. So we'll talk about that within this video. You mates can support us on the Epic Games Store by using our creator code BloodThirstyLord to purchase any games or DLC. More info in the description below. But before we do get into this video, there's only a small percentage of mates that watch the video that aren't actually subscribed. Leave a like, show your support, click the subscribe button to keep up to date, press that join button to become a member of the channel. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. So there hasn't been an official Ilphonic post yet, but we have a PlayStation blog, and this usually is a lot more spicier than the Ilphonic patch notes. So let's go into it and highlight what happens in the 1-year anniversary of this game. And with that, we get a couple of things. A quick thing being a new platform change. We have Predator Hunter Grounds coming to Steam. We all knew this was going to happen. We made some videos on it early on, highlighting how they're going to finish their 1-year exclusivity with Epic Games. And once that finishes, they can sell it off to another platform to utilize. And Steam being the biggest PC platform, it just makes sense for that to happen there. So we get a more of an audience for the game itself, so more people playing the game and enjoying it. And that's a great idea, and it's happened. So I'm very happy to hear this. And they also have an image highlighting some new masks within the game. One of the masks being the one that was on Dutch's shoulder, Dutch 2025. We have the Berserker mask from Predators 2010, and also this other mask, which I'm not too sure where it comes from, but it has piqued my interest with the character because it looks like a Caustic from Apex or Gauss mask on the Predator itself, looking pretty awesome. And I'm guessing the items that we just described are connected to the Steam bundle for this game, which will highlight a package with some early access items being the mask that we just highlighted, and also 6 war paints to utilize as well within the Predator package that comes with all DLC and the game itself on Steam. And they also talk about Steam being crossplay, so we'll be able to play with Epic Games and also the PS4 and PS5 players, so that's a good thing to hear. Then we have a new edition of the Airstrip map, which we all knew was going to come sometime soon, and it does come with the bio of deep in the jungle, the Stargazer mercenary fleet has an airship they use to smuggle goods in and out of the area. The Airstrip map will challenge the player's skills once again. Not only will it push your vertical limits, fighting on hangar roofs and run down radio towers, its open areas will leave you feeling vulnerable, guerrilla snipers waiting to pick you off one by one, and broken sight lanes leave you easy prey as a Fireteam. The Predator is forced to calculate its every move, as entering the space forces you into a hand-to-hand combat without an easy escape through the trees. There are places to hide, but if you seek shelter in the plane and the Predator sees you, just know you are not getting past it unless it wants you to. Kinda interesting. And we also get the image of the map itself in a couple of shots highlighting the airstrip, pretty much an aeroplane in an area that looks like an airstrip with some warehouses or factories, and another image in the jungle forest with another airplane there. Those are 2 images that we get, but alongside that, the Airstrip map took our team about 7 months to develop from our concept to creation. It will offer 12 different missions that will have you dodging bullets as you weave through homes, radio towers, multiple Stargazer in-camps, airplane hangars, and an airstrip littered with planes and choppers, all scattered throughout the thick jungle. Okay, so that's what the idea that we get from that type of map. And we also have another 6 war paints for the Predator class that we get to see as well in this image. The last 2 look pretty awesome, and the other ones are just unique. So I'm guessing some very cool customizations will come out of this for Predator builds indeed. And it seems like Ilphonic is listening for the Predator stuff that we need in this game, because obviously it is a Predator game. We want more Predator unique items than Fireteam items, and it looks like they're trying to do that. We'll find out as we go. So they talked about some specialization and new toys for the Fireteam past year. Now it's Predator's turn, so found in field lockers a massive amount of cosmetics are coming, including armor and weapon skins, which I'm really happy about the armor aspect because that will make a lot more fun. And let's not forget the trophies coming, including some Easter eggs. We'll only give one away right now. You have to find it yourself or look to our socials for hints for the rest. And one of the masks that came with Dutch is finally in the game and has been delivered, so that's pretty cool. Part of the early access release when you do purchase the Predator package DLC. I'm guessing that's with the Steam bundle, so that's something to keep in mind. And if you don't purchase that bundle, I'm guessing you'll be able to get it through field lockers. So if you've got a lot of coins there, make sure to use it. Specializations have been a hit, so there's a long list of Predator specializations coming your way with perks correlating to each Predator. See the complete list, check out our detailed patch notes, but we will highlight a few now. So that's cool, let's see the list now. There's around 5 of these classes. So Hunter, Jungle Hunter, which has a tracker specialization, target isolation ignores mud. Okay, kind of interesting. Scout, Ghost, melee attacking from cloak deals more additional damage. Really cool to see that, I like that idea. Berserker, which has a savage specialization, claiming restores health, really cool. So you can go for those actual crazy protection builds with massive health pools and getting health back when you do go for a claim. Like that. Alpha with Rifle. After receiving enemy fireteam damage from behind, your next melee attack deals increased damage. Really cool too. And also Elder has a ability which is called Vicious, which will make your opponents bleed out faster when downed and also take longer to revive. A really cool mechanic. I think they'll make Elder meta because of that, unless that specialization is on other classes as well. Specializations will shake up the game quite a bit, especially for the Predators more than the Fireteam. So keep that in mind, that's really cool. The next image does highlight a DLC of some sort. We've got a Predator crate, so I'm guessing a Predator crate is all the DLCs put together, or maybe a new DLC, I'm not too sure. It's very unclear what that is, but I'm guessing that's the Steam bundle with the Predator DLCs all together as one bundle, which will be relevant on Epic Games and also on PlayStation. If you haven't purchased DLCs, you can get that crate to get everything for at a cheaper price, most likely. And we do have the update being a free update on April. Then we have one in June, August, and October. So it seems like they're even extending the dates even further to 2 months between every update. So that's something to keep in mind, 2 to 3 months. And it seems like they're interested in releasing more characters, maps, and such, because we get to see another 2 Predator classes, some type of Predator ship in August, because I can see the image there. And then we also have a Fireteam class as our next DLC in June. So that's something to keep in mind. And this is such good news because all the mates have been waiting for me to do another update on Elphonic's game Predator Huntsgrounds and go talk about it and highlight some stuff. You mates have been also suggesting ideas of what to do, but there wasn't enough content, and I'm guessing now we have more content. Should be a bit more fun to play the game and talk about the game, and with its longevity seeming to be kind of there now, since we have more DLCs, more updates, more things happening to the game overall, which is very exciting. We'll most likely be streaming this game on the weekend, so make sure to keep an eye out for that. We'll have a live stream, maybe get some mates in and play some games, should be very fun. But also, we do have a Elphonic blog post that just got released right now, patch 2.19. Let's talk about it. So what becomes more apparent here is the DLC itself and what it is. It's pretty much early access to 6 to 9 items, being 6 wall paints and 3 masks, ones that we talked about previously. And obviously got Mr. Black and Saber being the Dutch's mask on his shoulder, so that's something to keep in mind. That gives us some clarity there as well. Quite a bit of like bug fixes and changes to the private matches, so I'll also have a link to that down below, so make sure if you want to read the notes for yourself, you can. From there, we also highlight that the Predator Valkyrie class has been nerfed. Reduced perk points from 14 to 12, reduced health, and increased stamina regeneration while attacking. So it seems like they've obviously changed that class because that was such a meta class to keep in mind. From there, we do have a Smartest buff. Increased discount from 1 to 3, lower the audio from Smartest while not boost, reduce default speed, increase maximum speed, increase control time. Very good to hear that. It means the Smartest is actually going to be a good item to utilize overall, and we had so much fun with that previously in the past, and it looks like we can have some more fun indeed. And the best part about this update is the specialization, so we're going to highlight some of them. So we have Ferrant, which will increase damage while all Fireteam are alive and standing. Technician, increase damage versus enemies that are trapped, netted, or interacting. Tracker we already talked about. Enrage, increase speed and stamina regeneration while at low health. We talked about Vicious already, Wraithful we already talked about, Ghost we already talked about, Warrior, reduce parry stun duration. This is a really cool thing because obviously people like to use knives in Fireteam. This is going to ruin their day. Alongside that, Savage, we already talked about. Assassin, increase all damage when attacking from behind. Brute, increase damage inflicted when an attack is parried. Stalker, increase damage while at full stamina. Analytic, increase damage to fully scan targets, limited effects in clash. Focus, game movement speed and engine regeneration after activating target isolation. And also Discipline, removes clicking noises when cloaked. These are all interesting things. Some will be obviously more beneficial than others, and obviously the clicking noise when cloaked, it's not something crazy. Obviously you can use audio decoys and that can just trip them out. So I don't know if that will be the best specialization, but there'll be some other ones in there that are really game changing, and I know ones that I want to test out on the weekend, so make sure to keep an eye out for that live stream when you mates can join us and we have some fun times while playing live on YouTube. Keep that in mind on Saturday. It'll be very soon. So overall, I'm kind of interested to see what this update is and what it offers, because from the way it looks, it seems kind of interesting. Should be very fun to utilize, and it will change the gameplay experience for Predator players, and that's always a fun thing to see, because Fireteams get to verse a different type of challenge every time, and the Predators will have an interesting build every time, so there should be very fun times overall between both parties, and that's good to see. But mates, tell me your opinion and thoughts in the comment section down below. I'd love to know. What do you think about it? Do you think it's going to be good? Do you think it's going to be bad? Are you interested? And if you are a Steam user, are you going to download it? Tell me your opinions and thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, mates, it is a pleasure to have you guys on the channel as we go through this, and I'll catch you mates next time. Bye.